Hi, and welcome back to This Homestead Life. I'm Jenny, and today I'm going to share with you how we care for our ducks in the winter time. Come on, Mabel. So we currently have 4 ducks here on the homestead, and I just love them. They are so fun. They add so much personality to the homestead, and I am just so excited that we have them. They are also very easy to care for, even in the winter time. Hi, ducks. Let's see if we can get a better angle on you. There you are. They love napping here in this little wooded area of their free range area that we've given them. So this is where they hang out a lot of the day. But I'm going to go ahead and fill their tubs of water. It was too cold this morning. The hose was frozen up, so had to wait for it to thaw a little bit, and hopefully that's going to work so we can fill up their bath. So yes, even in the winter and cold temperatures, ducks still love water and need plenty of water. You will be amazed at how they will just jump in and take a bath even if it is below freezing outside. So one thing that's going to be really helpful is to just kind of think through what your game plan is going to be for filling all of the buckets and baths and stuff that you need for your ducks through the winter. For us, it just works so much easier to have a really long hose that runs out to where we keep our ducks, and we just leave that hose out there. So that we're, every day the hose is right there and ready to go to fill up, fresh bath water and fresh buckets of water for them to have with their food and so forth. Now, when the temperature is below freezing and all of the ducks' water is frozen outside, we keep 2 extra buckets on our side porch, and we fill those up in the morning and throughout the day to make sure that the ducks have plenty of fresh water, at least for dipping their beak and heads in. The water they only need really enough water to just dip their whole head in. They need to keep their beak, their nostrils, and their eyes clean. So you just need to make sure that you have filled buckets on those really, really cold days. So I wanted to shoot some different kinds of videos showing different kinds of weather that you would typically get in the winter. The day that I shot this video footage, it was really cold and rainy. Obviously, it was above freezing, but just really nasty and really wet and rainy. So the ducks do not mind cold, rainy weather at all, but they do love to kind of nap and rest during periods of the day. And when they do have their rest time, they love to be dry. So you can see they have chosen this spot today when I was filming under our chicken tractor. It's really dry under there, and that's where they wanted to hang out on this particular day. Also, because the chickens have taken over their duck house since they are also trying to stay dry. So even though this looks right now like a chicken tractor because it has chickens in it, this is actually the ducks tractor. So this is a John Suscovich style chicken tractor that we modified for our ducks, and this is their little home. So they don't spend a whole lot of time in it during the day, but at nighttime they do sleep here in this little duck house that we added on to the back of the tractor. It's a nice, warm, and cozy place for them that is stuffed with straw and wood shavings along the bottom. And it provides a lot of good just wind protection. It keeps them dry, and then their body heat, in there keeps them all warm and cozy at night. Our ducks tend to lay their eggs really early in the morning. So, and I mean, when I say early, I mean that when I come out at 7 o'clock, the eggs are usually cold. So I'm not sure what time of day or morning they are laying them, but either way, they lay them super early, and then they kind of leave that little duck house for the rest of the day. And then they're usually just out and about or finding different spots to rest and nap throughout the day before they go back in at night. So this was actually our first snow for this winter. I think it happened maybe February 2nd, I think was the day I shot this video. So we had to do just buckets of water on this day. It did warm up later in the day and we were able to fill the ducks' baths, but we have to wait for the hose to thaw out because that normally freezes up overnight. Even though we turn off the water, we try to drain it and all the things, it will still be frozen usually. So usually in the mornings on really cold days, we do the buckets of water for them that we fill up in our kitchen sink, and then later in the day, once things start to thaw out a little bit, we are able to fill up their baths. So while the chickens were not at all impressed with our first snow here, the ducks loved it. I mean, they just had a ball. They were out all day. I don't know if they were eating it or just liked the taste of snow mixed with grass or whatnot, but they were in a good place and they had a fantastic day.
Look at y'all. Now are y'all gonna stay in there all day? You don't want to come play in the snow?
Okay, so I definitely have to mention in this video that if you have ducks, there will be mud. There will be mud if you have ducks, and never underestimate how good they are at making mud. So obviously they love water, and where you have ducks and water and dirt, they will make mud, and they are very, very good at their craft.
So the ducks have been playing in some mud. So I'm going to go over and show you a spot that they turned in our field. They turned it completely to mud.
So what the ducks like to do is they really like to take an area that's wet or maybe a low spot in the ground, and they will use their beaks to dig little holes in the ground that fill up with water. And I'm not sure if they're looking for insects, if they like to drink the muddy water. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. but it's funny to watch and they really go to town with it. But yeah, it definitely does make a mess. So you definitely need to be prepared for it. So this is pretty much everything we do to care for our ducks in the winter. One thing that I didn't mention was for their feed, we make sure to just keep that in a dry spot in their duck tractor. And even though there's a chicken eating the feed right here, right now, that's actually for the ducks, but it doesn't matter. They eat the same feed. We just keep it in a dry spot with a bucket of water right next to it. And yeah, so this is pretty much it. We feel like ducks are so easy to care for. We love having them here on the homestead. Again, they just add so much, and yeah, we just love them. So I hope that you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.